Due to the fact that Lucasfilm and Disney don't know how to release a trailer for Season 2 of The Mandalorian, I have to struggle to find content to cover for this week. And so, today we will be covering the Star Wars Infinities for The Empire Strikes Back. Star Wars Infinities was a series of graphic novels released in 2002, 2003, and 2004, covering alternate endings to the original trilogy movies. I'll be putting a link in the description for the comic if you want to read it before watching this, and then you can come back here later, just to avoid spoilers.
That's it. The rebels are there.
My lord, there are so many uncharted settlements.
Open on the snowy plains of Hoth, and the divergence from the original story occurs at the first act rather than the end like it did with A New Hope Star Wars Infinities. Luke is knocked unconscious and dragged into the Wampa Cave. However, when he releases himself by using his lightsaber, he finds not one Wampa, however two. He cuts the arm off of the first one, while the second one slashes at his back. While he is able to decapitate it, he is found by Han Solo unconscious in the snow, Ben having already delivered the message that he needs to go to Dagobah to train. However, Luke doesn't make it, and his last words are to tell Han Solo that he must train. Rogue Squadron does find him the next day, and Han Solo delivers the sad news that Luke has died. The time that would have been spent with him healing in the Bacta tank is spent at his funeral as the Rebel Alliance grieves for their fallen hero. The Empire attacks Hoth much in the same way that it did in the original movie. However, when Han, Leia, C-3PO, Chewbacca, and R2-D2 escape, they do not escape into the asteroid field, but instead go directly to Cloud City. Due to the fact that the Empire didn't get to Bespin before our Rebel friends, Lando is fully willing to help his old friend Han Solo repair the Falcon. However, Boba Fett does arrive. There is a fight scene, and with the help of the Bespin guards, Han Solo and Chewbacca do wrestle Boba Fett to the ground, and he is the one that is encased in carbonite. His body is then used as a desk for Lando Calrissian. Darth Vader then puts out an APB for Han Solo and crew, actually looking to find Luke Skywalker, with whom he does not know has died. Han and Leia both arrive on Dagobah. However, Yoda actually claims that it is Leia who will be training, and not Han Solo. Luke was intended to be the original trainee, however, due to his untimely death, his sister would make a valuable replacement. With Darth Vader, he is searching on Bespin. However, he cannot find Luke as again Luke has died. However, due to the fact that he believes that Lando is lying to him, he proclaims that the new city is under the control of Lando Calrissian, who then puts out the call of resistance and orders all of his forces to resist the Empire at all costs. The Empire shoots down the Cloud City as it tumbles into the gas. Through the Force, Vader eventually discovers that Leia is on Dagobah, though he is initially believing that it is Luke who he will find. As Leia trains on Dagobah, Yoda gives her a completed lightsaber hilt and tells her that inside the dark side cave, she will find a lightsaber crystal to use. As she goes through her Jedi trials, Vader confronts Yoda on the Dagobah surface. Rather than duel his old friend, Yoda probes the mind of Darth Vader, uncovering old memories and showing us everything that Vader fears. His injuries, while only mental, do actually affect him in the physical world because it is his mind and his fears which are being conjured up, though through Master Yoda. As Leia returns with a completed lightsaber, Vader slashes off the hand of Master Yoda and begins to duel Leia, though she is hopelessly outmatched. Just as it seems as though Vader is about to strike the killing blow, he is shot by Han Solo at near point-blank range. In his dying moments, Vader accepts the light side and is turned from the dark. And Yoda proclaims that there is much more work to do if the galaxy is ever to achieve balance.
I don't believe it.
That is why you fail.
I'm going to be completely honest, I did not enjoy this Star Wars Infinities nearly as much as I did with the one of A New Hope. Maybe it's because the A New Hope one was just so far out there and featured the Death Star crashing into Coruscant, and this one was mainly focused on Dagobah and places that we had seen before. It's by no means bad, but likely aided due to the fact that I love the original Empire Strikes Back. Seeing a redo of this with an alternate ending seems a little unnecessary. I enjoyed that they flipped the table table on its head by having Luke die in the first act of the comic. That's certainly a bold choice, and it certainly allowed for the most unique ending to the series. However, while the A New Hope one felt like it was an actual trilogy unfolding, this felt more like an ending of a Rebels episode, which is fine if it's your thing, but there's so much more that they could have done and simply did not. The comic also features tons of lapses in logic. I'll go over just a few here. When Boba Fett confronts our heroes on Bespin, they believe that it was in fact Jabba the Hutt who sent them to collect the debt that Han Solo owed. However, later it was revealed that he was sent by none other than Darth Vader himself. However, the scene where he actually calls the bounty hunters onto the Executor and tasks them with finding Han Solo is not seen until later in the comic, meaning that Vader personally sent Boba Fett out there and then only later called a slew of bounty hunters to go and find the Millennium Falcon. Secondly, and perhaps one of the oddest choices, was Darth Vader's redemption. There was no actual arc scene here. There was no "there's still good in him," and there was really no reason for Darth Vader to turn back to the light side and away from the dark side. He simply turned to the light side in his dying moments after he was shot by Han Solo. He even says, "I have a daughter," and Leia says later that he found peace in death, but there is no reason for him to turn back to the light side. I guarantee this is just the writer saying that, well, Vader has to turn to the light side, which is certainly a trend that we do see in all three of the Star Wars Infinities. However, it didn't make much sense in this one. Yoda probing Darth Vader's mind is a very interesting scene, and I did enjoy watching this a lot. Seeing him plagued by ghosts of his past is a nice touch. I just wish that they would have stuck the landing a little bit better than they did and kept Darth Vader bad throughout the end. It's an alternate story. To have an alternate version of Darth Vader that doesn't turn to the light side and remains vigilant in the dark is an okay idea. I just wish they would have kept with that. Nonetheless, that was Star Wars Infinities: The Empire Strikes Back. While not as good as the A New Hope one, it's still an interesting read, and it's still a unique story. I'll be covering the Return of the Jedi one next week, so stay tuned for that. As I said before, I will be leaving a link in the description below to the comics, as I did last week. And I understand that many people would probably want me to talk about the new LEGO Star Wars trailer, but everyone pretty much knows how this game is going to be. It's LEGOs, it's Star Wars, it's a video game, it's going to be pretty much by the books. Now, how well the game actually is, we don't know, but it's nothing that really can be discovered. There are no secrets that you're unaware of currently. What's in the trailer is what's going to be in the game. I'll be back next week. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you again next time.